What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to Redriveraviation. Hope you guys are having a fantastic day today. And today we have the Q1 and April 2022 Phoenix Sky Harbor International Airport update for you guys. I really hope you guys are excited for today's Phoenix Sky Harbor International Airport update. It's been quite some time since we've been able to do an update on Phoenix, and we'll talk about that more towards the end of the video. But since we have an absolutely loaded update in store for you guys today, we're going to get started without any further delay. Despite not too many changes with Phoenix to start 2022, it's still been a really solid start for the year here for Phoenix. We've had a lot of awesome movements and overall just a lot of variety and momentum going into the year. So I hope you guys are excited for today's update. Been way too long since we've been able to do Phoenix, so really excited. Lots of awesome aircraft and a bunch of new ones as well. So with all that being said, we're going to start over here with Terminal 4 as per usual and get started. So here we go. Alrighty guys, super excited to be back at Phoenix Sky Harbor International Airport. I know it's been quite some time and I am super sorry about that. I'll talk about that more towards the end of the update, but we have so many awesome planes to go over in today's update. I know you guys have been so excited for a Phoenix update and I have been as well. So without any further delay, let's begin with today's Phoenix update. Right here we have this American Eagle Bombardier Acer 900 on behalf of Mesa Airlines. This guy's currently making non-stop service today in from Bakersfield, and he's going to have proceeding service out to, let's go with Bozeman, Montana for him today. Next up, we have this Sierra 900 on behalf of Mesa Airlines. This guy's currently making a non-stop flight in from Sears Rapids, and he's going to have proceeding service out to Memphis. Following that, we have another Sierra 900 over there on the behalf of Mesa Airlines, This guy's coming in from Flagstaff after a flight in from Montreal, Mexico. And then lastly, for this little American Eagle section, we have this Mesa House Bombardier Sierra 900. This guy's currently coming in from Tucson, and he's going to have proceeding service out to Ontario for us today. So really nice American Eagle section right there. Alrighty, proceeding into some heavies to get us started for today's update. We have a lot of beautiful airplanes to assess here. So let's take a look. So over on the top left right there, we have the American Airlines Boeing 777-200ER. This guy's currently making non-stop service in from London Heathrow today, which has been really nice to finally have that back. I think it came back sometime in February, so it has been a Boeing 777-200ER. It's been a really nice route to have back, and it's been way too long since we've had it, so I'm really glad to have London Heathrow back for American on the heavies. And speaking of which, also sustaining through super well, it is British Airways on this Boeing 787-10 with a non-stop service at the London Heathrow. It's on the 777-200, and it has been on the 300 as well as of late. I wish I had a 777, but unfortunately I only have a 787 at this time. Kind of want to get that new NG release. We'll see, maybe down the line, but for the moment we have the 787 filling in today, and that route's doing really well. So hopefully more international routes to come, but for the moment we have those two on the heavies. Speaking of international routes, though, we do have a nice variety over here at the north side of the concourse. So let's begin over here on the bottom left with this Westjet Airlines Boeing 737-800 today. Westjet's been going really strong. They've had a lot of really cool routes here into Phoenix, but this particular airframe is currently coming in from Calgary, and he's going to have a proceeding service out to Edmonton, which I think is a Boeing 737 MAX from what I saw, so that's really cool. Again, sorry that I didn't get all the details throughout the months in terms of what aircraft particularly and all the routes. I know that's going to be kind of a weak spot, as you guys may notice, so I apologize in advance. But I'm trying to do my best, and I will try to get better retaining info. It's just Phoenix was the one airport that really struggled throughout this spring. So again, I apologize, and I promise I'll have that fixed going forward. This Boeing 737-800 right here is currently making non-stop service today in from Vancouver, and I think they had Toronto at some point, so we'll send them out to Toronto. Again, I'm sorry if I'm wrong, but again, it's been one of those deals that this update, it's unfortunately going to try to be a growing period. And again, we'll talk about this more towards the end of the update, but again, my apologies. Alrighty, so next up we have the Spirit Airbus A321 Neo. This guy's currently making non-stop service in from Guadalajara, and he's going to have continuing service back out there. So really nice route right there for Volaris. Next up we have the American Airlines Airbus A321. This guy with fence tip and IAE engines. This guy's currently coming in from Philadelphia earlier, and he'll have proceeding service out to San Del Cabo for us today. Let's see if we can get a little bit better view of these RJs. So here we go into some more RJ land. So on your bottom right here, we have the American Eagle Bombardier Sierra 700. This guy's currently making non-stop service in from Durango, and he's going to have proceeding service up to St. George. Followed by that Sierra 900 right there. This guy's going to make a non-stop flight today in from, let's go with Lubbock for him, and he's going to continue out to Eugene, Oregon, which could be a variety of aircraft. So if it's the wrong one, I apologize. So what we'll do is we'll come back to the taxiway here in a moment. I think with the handheld, it makes more sense to just progress through the terminals, so that's exactly what we'll do. So next up, we have that American Eagle Bombardier Acer today. That is a 700, all on the behalf of SkyWest Airlines, of course. Sorry for kind of forgetting to mention that. Nevertheless, this guy's currently coming in from Roswell, and he'll have receiving service over to, let's go with, Santa Barbara or TPA Aviation Airport. Next up, we have that Bombardier Acer Day 900 right there. This guy's currently making a non-stop flight today in from, let's go with Sioux Falls for him today. He'll be continuing out to, Salt Lake City. Next up, we have this American Airlines Airbus A319 in the Piedmont livery. This guy's currently coming in from San Jose, California, and he's going to be proceeding on over to, let's go with San Diego for him today. So what you'll find throughout here is we'll just obviously progress through the American mainline as per usual, but we'll go through the whole terminal, which is a little unusual compared to what we previously did. And again, I'll talk about it at the end. It's been so long since we've done a Phoenix update, so expect some details, of course. This American Airlines Airbus A320 with CFM engines is currently loading up with a non-stop service out to Los Angeles after coming in from Austin. It has been cool to see some different routes on the Airbus airplanes, and I feel like that's kind of a result of everything, the pandemic, retired aircraft, variety, and just multiple things. Moving into some more Airbuses, we have that American Airlines Airbus A321 with sharklets right there. This guy's coming in from, let's go with New York John F. Kennedy, and he'll have receiving service today over to Dallas-Fort Worth. Then we have this Airbus A321 Neo. This guy's currently coming in from Honolulu, Hawaii, and he's going to be heading back out to Hawaii with service out to Kona. This Airbus A320 right here is currently loading up with a non-stop flight today in from Sacramento, and he's going to have a continuation service over to Kansas City, Missouri. And then heading over to the N3 lineup, we have the Astrojet Boeing 737-800 Trio Special right here, quite unique. This aircraft's currently coming in from, let's go with, Miami, and he's going to continue over to St. Louis. Airbus A321 right there. This guy's coming in from Cleveland, which I think that's an upgrade for the 321, so that's been really cool to see. And he's going to have a continuing service. Just want to make sure I'm not missing. There were some new 321 routes. I think Des Moines has seen it at one point, so we'll go with Des Moines. And then on the top right there, we have the America West Airbus A319. This guy's currently making service today. Again, not a ton of A319 routes, but we're doing our best. We'll go with Memphis for him, and he came in from Las Vegas earlier. Very nice. Alrighty, over to N2 already. How about this? So, a little seeing double here with the Airbus A319s. At the gate, we have an Airbus A319 with fence tips. This guy's coming in from Madison, proceeding service out to Albuquerque, New Mexico. Pushing back, we have the Allegheny Airbus A319 Special, great model by Aero Classics. This guy's coming in from Santa Ana, Orange County, and he's gonna have a continuation service today to, I think Reno's seen some 319s, so we'll go with Reno. That'll be nice. American Airlines Airbus A321 with fence tips. This guy's currently coming in from Charlotte Dulles International Airport, one of the best routes right there, super cool route. He'll have a proceeding service today over to Orlando. American Airlines Airbus A319, this guy with fence tips once again. This guy's currently making a flight today in from Tucson, and he's going to be heading over to the international terminal here in a little bit and service out to Guadalajara. Well, I guess we'll just flip. We'll say he came in from Guadalajara. It's going to be heading out to, did I say Tucson? I think I said Tucson. He'll be heading out to Tucson next, so sorry about the little bit of inconvenience there, but it's kind of one of those deals that happens sometimes, so thanks for bearing with me. Over to the N2 corner, we have an American Airlines Airbus A321 with sharklets. This guy's currently coming in from San Francisco, and he's going to have a continuation service today over to San Antonio, which is a cool A321 route. Then we have this Airbus A321 Neo. This guy's currently making a service in from, okay, I think I didn't say Kailua. So he's coming in from Kailua, going to be making a service out to Lihue. American Airlines Airbus A320. This guy, that's kind of been a pattern, which has been kind of ironic. Nevertheless, this guy's currently coming in from Milwaukee, and he's going to have a continuation service today out to Spokane, Washington. And then next up for the N2 lineup, beginning with the American Airlines A321. This guy's coming in from Chicago O'Hare, proceeding service today over to Columbus, Ohio. Next up, we have the TWA 737-800. This guy's coming in from Salt Lake City, Utah, continuing service over to Omaha, Nebraska. And we have a One World 737-800 at the end to cap this lineup off. This guy's currently coming in from Tampa, Florida, and he's going to have a continuing service over to, I think Burbank's been here and there, so we'll go with Burbank, change it up a little bit. Very nice. And finally, for the in-one lineup for American's main line, which has been going pretty strong here at Phoenix, of course, we have the Reno Air 737-800. This guy's currently coming in from Indianapolis, and he's going to have a follow-up service to that over to Seattle. And then we have an Airbus A320 on the bottom right here as it comes into focus. This guy's kind of making the non-stop flight today in from Eugene, and he's going to be continuing over to Cincinnati at this time. It's American Airlines Boeing 737 MAX 8. These have been not very present. I just thought I would throw one in because it seems like they're here and there. Again, not the most common, but I just kind of want to put one in here. This guy's coming in from Miami, continuing service back out there, of course. Then we have a PSA Airbus A319. This guy's currently making the non-stop flight today in from Boise, Idaho, continuing service today over to Las Vegas. Few more mainline aircraft for American. We have the 737-800 NG models right here. This guy's currently making a flight in from Guadalajara earlier too, just changing it up a little bit, getting multiple mainlines there. He's going to continue over to, we'll go with Nashville for him. And then that A321 right there on the top of your screen is currently making the service today in from, we'll go with Santa Ana for him too. It's a busy route, and he'll continue over to MSP. Last but certainly not least, we have the AirCal Boeing 737-800 Retro. Thanks, Linz, I appreciate that effort. But this guy's currently making the non-stop flight today in from, let's go with, we'll say Chicago for him, and he'll continue over to Portland, Oregon. Alrighty guys, so here we go with a little intermission with the taxiway. So right here we have the Prime Air Boeing 767-300. This guy's getting ready to take off over here on runway 26. Has a non-stop flight today over to Lakeview after coming in from Cincinnati earlier. Next up, we have the American Eagle Bombardier Acer Day-700 in the SkyWest House livery. This guy's currently going to be making a service today in from, sorry about that, kind of got my sheet messed up. We'll go with Medford. Gosh, come on phone. Coming in from Medford, and he's going to have proceeding service today over to Fresno, California. Let's get back onto a solid platform. There we go, that's much better. Here we have this American Airlines Airbus A319. This guy made a non-stop flight today earlier in from Denver, and then he's going to be heading out after he gets a little bit of maintenance done. He'll have a continuing service over to Omaha for us today. I'm sorry, Ontario, but either one. Take your pick. This American Eagle Bombardier Acer Day-700 is currently taxiing out to the active runway. He departed out of that gate over there. This guy's currently making the non-stop flight today in from Oklahoma City, and he'll have a continuing service today over to Santa Fe, New Mexico. Pretty cool route right there. It's a really cool route. Next up, we have this American Airlines Airbus A321 in the Stand Up to Cancer colors. This guy's currently making a non-stop service today in from Miami, and he'll continue out to Washington Reagan DCA. And here is the American Eagle Embraer Day-175. So interesting with this, SkyWest actually started flying their 175s here and there. This was back in March, so I'm not sure if this continued. I didn't see anything from when I looked, so I'm not sure if that got took out for April or what exactly happened. Nevertheless, it has been here between Envoy and SkyWest in some capacity. This route's going to be probably not very accurate, so I apologize in advance, but we'll say he's coming in from Midland, and we'll have proceeding service out to, I guess, Long Beach. Again, I'm sorry, I'm not completely sure on the SkyWest 175 LAX movement right now, but for now we just kind of have to roll with what we have, if you guys understand my drift there. So, but yeah, that's kind of today's world in some capacity, isn't it? American Airlines 737-800. This guy's currently making the service in from Cancun, Mexico, and he'll have a continuing service today over to Columbus. Very nice. And then over here, currently getting ready to taxi over as well. Like the entrances, getting to utilize those a little bit. That's been nice. We have this Mesa House livery Bombardier Acer Day-900. This guy's currently making a non-stop flight today in from, let's go with, Palm Springs, and he'll have a non-stop flight to continue that over to Tulsa. Lastly, for the taxiing aircraft right here, we have the Southwest Airlines Boeing 737-700 and the California One colors. This guy's kind of making a non-stop flight today in from, I was trying to use another California city, but I kind of lost some of them. Los Angeles is one, and we'll have this guy continue out to Ontario as well. So nice lineup. So with all that being said, let's take it over to the Southwest Terminal. Alrighty, everybody, welcome over to the other side of the airport. Let's begin. We'll begin right here with this Boutique PC-12. This guy's currently taxiing out to the 25s. This guy's has nonstop service back out to Carlsbad for us today, looking really nice. If this is kind of side-lit, I apologize. It's kind of inconsistent, so my apologies there. But here we have the beginning of the Southwest lineup. We'll start with that 737-700 on the top. This guy's coming in from San Diego, going to continue out to Reno, Tahoe. It's Arizona 1 Boeing 737-700. This guy's making nonstop service in from St. Louis, and he'll stay in Arizona with service out to Tucson, Arizona. Very nice. Southwest Airlines 737-800 in the Heart 1 livery. This guy's currently making a nonstop flight today in from Raleigh-Durham, and will continue out to Fort Lauderdale. Sorry, my headphone cord kind of got stuck. Only advantage AirPods would have, no kidding. Southwest Airlines 737-700 Heart livery with blended winglets. This guy's currently coming in from El Paso or TPA Avgeeks Airport. He'll have a continuing service today over to Nashville, Tennessee. Following that, we have the Southwest Airlines 737-700 in Canyon Blue livery with blended winglets as well. Kind of the brothers right there. This guy's currently making a flight today in from Omaha, and he'll continue over to Oakland, California. And then lastly for S4, I think it's 1. I think it's 4. I don't know what they called it. They may have called it 3. I'm not sure. I'm sorry, guys. Sorry about the focus, too. Right here, we have the Southwest Airlines Boeing 737 MAX 8. This guy's making nonstop service today in from Baltimore, and he'll continue out to Chicago Midway. Since we don't have near as many aircraft, I'll just pan back and forth for taxiing airplanes. This Southwest Airlines 737-700 in the Heart livery by Blue Box, 2014 release. What a unique model this is right here. This guy's currently coming in from Minneapolis, St. Paul, and he'll have continuous service out to Tulsa. Alrighty, continuing through right here. Beginning on the top, we have the Southwest Airlines Boeing 737-800 in the Freedom 1 colors. What a pretty plane. This guy's going to make a nonstop service in from Indianapolis, and he'll continue out to Atlanta, Hartsfield, Jackson. The Southwest Airlines 737-700 in the Canyon Blue livery with split scimitars is making a nonstop service in from Portland. It'll continue out to Spokane, Washington. Southwest, man, that gets so strong, man. There's so many different liveries, aircrafts. I mean, it's insane. Well, I guess just aircrafts in general, not necessarily types, but I think you guys understand what I'm saying. The Southwest Airlines 737-700 in the Heart livery in the Colorado 1 is currently making the nonstop flight today in from, let's go with Denver, and he'll continue on the Grand Junction. I think we have. If I'm wrong, I'm sincerely sorry about that. Just trying to keep it in the theme. This one's going to be an easy one to do with the Lone Star 1 Boeing 737-700. This guy's currently coming in from Dallas Love Field, and he'll continue today out to Austin, Texas. Kind of a little bit of a packed lineup right here. We'll begin with this 737-700 Heart or Canyon Blue livery blended winglets. This guy's making a flight today in from Memphis. He'll continue over to Oklahoma City. We have the Desert Boeing 737-700 pulling into the gate. I'm sincerely going to miss this, so really glad to have it in this update nevertheless. This guy's currently coming in from, Burbank, and he'll continue out to Boise. And then we have the Heart livery brothers, and you can just see the livery difference right there as well. You're looking at the second release split scimitar RM model store exclusive in front of you. That aircraft is currently coming in from San Jose, California, and he'll continue out to, let's go with Colorado Springs. That 737-700 on the top of your screen is currently coming in from San Francisco, and he'll continue over to, let's go with Albuquerque for him. Man, it feels like I've used almost all my routes already. That's crazy. This 737 MAX 8 is currently coming in from Lahui, and he'll have preceding service out to Honolulu. So kind of what American's Neo is. This is kind of what Southwest's Max is to Phoenix, along with some complementary routes in the US, just like American. So really cool to see that part of aviation displayed really well. This was by pure ironic C, I guess is what you could call it, whatever the word is. But ironic's the word, just the proper prefix. But this is by pure coincidence, is getting both these Southwest Canyon Blue 737s with split scimitars. You'll find the 800 version up there on the top of your screen. What a pretty plane. This guy's currently coming in from Long Beach. He'll continue out to Milwaukee. And then this 737-700 on the bottom of your screen is currently coming in from Los Angeles and will continue out to Las Vegas. Super pretty planes, really nice. Southwest Airlines 737-700 part livery blended winglets. This guy's currently coming in from Chicago O'Hare. He'll continue out to Houston. IAH, I think, has started. It may have been in February. I'm not completely sure. I think we have it though. So nevertheless, there we go. Keeping it with the big airports. Southwest Airlines 737-700 Tennessee 1. Just like I said in my previous update, and I know this was remarked previously in the comment section, I put some of these aircraft that are no longer active in these updates to give us some variety. Of course, yes, these aircraft are retired, and I guess if you want to call it unrealistic, which I guess, yes, technically it is. But just in terms of the connotation of the model airport, you know, I paid a really solid price for this model, and I really like the look of it. So putting it in every now and then, along with Illinois 1 and any other planes that may get repainted, I feel like it's just a really proper gesture and just respect to the aircraft. So again, these updates I try to keep as realistic as possible, and I would say they are for the most part, but you'll find a couple here and there where I really like to give the credit where credit's due. So nevertheless, this Tennessee 737-700 is currently making a non-stop flight today in from Nashville, and he'll proceed over to, yeah, we'll go with Indianapolis for him, keep him in that region. This Southwest Airlines 737 MAX 8, currently making a non-stop flight today in from Kahului, and they'll continue out to, I thought they had Kona. If they don't, I apologize, but we'll say Kona. And then we have a nice lineup here to finish off Southwest. The 737-800 right here in front of us is coming in from Tampa, and it'll continue out to Oakland. Then we have that 737-800 currently coming in from Denver, and he'll continue over to Houston Hobby. And then the Triple Crown 737-700 is currently making a non-stop flight today in from, man, it feels like I've used almost every route. Puerto Vallarta, and he'll continue over to San Del Cabo. Man, you know it's bad when you have more Southwest planes than you do routes, so quite unfortunate, but we'll continue to make it work. Coming back to the taxiway, kind of deviated from that, so my bad. Sun Country 737-800 Tide Pod 1. This guy's making a non-stop flight today in from Indianapolis, St. Paul. Turning around back out there, what a beautiful plane. Southwest Airlines 737 MAX 8. This guy's currently making a non-stop flight today in from Las Vegas, continuing out to Los Angeles. And we have the Kalitta Air Boeing 767-300 freighter. Really glad to get this model in here despite these being retired soon. Still really cool. These I think do a variety of routes. We'll say this guy's coming in from, I think, Fort Myers between Prime Air and all the cargo airports. I think that's here, or Sarasota. If it's not, I apologize again. I'm gonna really try over the summer to get adequate research going forward. Again, I'm sincerely sorry guys. It's just one of those deals that it's tough to keep up with everything, and I'm having that struggle right now. Anyways, he'll continue over to Cincinnati. I'm sure that's happened at some point, so really nice. Before we proceed, I do want to talk about S1 right here. So S1's current status, it's 401. I think it's 1. If it's not, I'm sorry. But if you guys don't know, Phoenix is currently almost completely done constructing a brand new terminal for Southwest Airlines, which will be right here. This space has always been empty, which has been kind of odd to me that they never chose to build this till now. But they are finally building it. It's going to be a 7-gate Southwest Airlines facility. That's going to be a huge benefit. The building looks really good, and I think they're going to try to shoot for it to be open later this year. I wish I would have had some gates and apron markings to kind of get this started, because that's pretty much where it is right now. It's getting really close, but unfortunately at this time, I've not got a chance to do that. So there's a chance by the next update it's open. I don't think so. I think we'll have a few more updates before we're going to be seeing that. But of course, we're going to have to wait and see. So currently waiting on that development as we speak. Southwest Airlines 737-700 Florida 1 livery. This guy's currently coming in from Kansas City, and he's going to have proceeding service out to Dallas Love Field. And then you're going to find a very extensive cargo section, which we will encompass now since we're here. We'll get a nice close-up since we're already close. So we'll begin with the DHL 737-800. This guy's currently on operating on the behalf of iAero Airways. This guy's coming in from Reno, Tahoe, and he'll continue out to Los Angeles. Next up, we have the Prime Air Boeing 737-800. This guy's currently coming in from Riverside, and he'll continue out to Chicago, Rockford. What a booming operation Rockford's been lately. Unbelievable. AS Aviation does a great job encompassing that, so feel free to check it out. UPS Boeing 757-200 freighter. This guy's currently making non-stop service in from San Antonio. He'll be proceeding over to Dallas-Fort Worth. UPS Boeing 767-300 head-on shot. Sorry about the GSC as well. I ran a little short on time, but at least we're here. This guy's currently making non-stop service in from Chicago Rockford as well. A little competition. He'll be continuing out to Ontario. UPS McDonald's MD-11. This guy's currently coming in from, I don't think Phoenix sees Anchorage, so we'll just say it's straight up Louisville turn for the MD-11. And here's the FedEx Express McDonald's MD-11. This guy's currently coming in from Memphis, Tennessee. And he's going to be proceeding back out there. So with all that being said, I'll see you guys over at T3 North. Alrighty, everybody, welcome to T3 North. We do have a couple of taxiing aircraft, so we'll start with those. So here's a FedEx Express Boeing 767-300 freighter. We're just gonna kind of pretend this guy broke down. I didn't really want to put the tug here, but I kind of needed something to put the tug on, and I didn't have enough time to figure something else out, so my apologies. But we'll say this guy had an engine failure. He's currently taxiing over to a little bit of maintenance, and they'll get him figured out. He came in from Indianapolis earlier. Just during a little run-up check. It wasn't anything too severe, but they just want to check it out in a little more detail. Here we have the U.S. Air Force C-130 right here. We'll pretend this is for Dyess Air Force Base. This guy's currently coming in from Dyess Air Force Base, and we'll be heading right back out there. I've had this question a couple times recently, so I thought I would answer it. I would like to do a KC-135, a little operation of those as I continue to accumulate those. So as you guys may know, the Arizona National Guard is based out of Phoenix Sky Harbor, and they have KC-135s. What I would like to do is, since there's not a great model of one, I think Dragon Wings made one, but it's extremely rare and it was done a long time ago. GeminiJets, of course, did the Tail, which is the model I have. I need to put it in here, but I unfortunately forgot, so my bad. But nevertheless, what I was trying to get to here is what I was hoping to do is get a few more KC-135s and kind of act like that is our little mini base. I would like to build the ramp. I think it's on the other side, T3 South, over there by the cargo ramp. So I would like to represent that. So that's definitely one thing I've thought about. So definitely something I'd like to do. But at this time, currently waiting to get one or two more of those, and then we'll make a little base for them. So, and they're not going to be Arizona National Guard planes, of course, probably whatever comes out by Gemini, and hopefully I can get it, so to make that happen. So that's definitely a thought, definitely something I've thought about, and definitely something I want to do as well. So definitely expect that to come, guys. That will be on the way sometime. Here's the United Airlines section. We have a really good lineup over here for United. We'll start with that Embraer 175 on top. This guy's currently coming in from San Francisco. We'll continue out to Los Angeles. The Airbus A320 Stars and Bars have been flying again, which is super cool. This guy's currently coming in from Denver, and I'll have proceeding service today over to Chicago. The Boeing 737 MAX 8 is currently making nonstop service in from Houston Intercontinental. They'll have proceeding service over to Newark. And the Boeing 737-900 MAX 9, pardon me, really cool to get this in here. This has been really nice. I think this is the first time it's been here, which is really cool. So really glad to get the MAX 9 and excited to use it in the future. It's such a pretty plane. Nevertheless, what I was trying to get to with the 737 MAX 9 was that Washington Dulles isn't, I actually got mixed up on routes, so I sincerely apologize. So Cleveland's currently a 737-900. I wanted to get this in here, and I kind of got mixed up on aircraft. I didn't want to have 8 aircraft for 8 routes. I could have did it, and maybe I should have put at least a few more, but we'll say this guy's coming in from Washington Dulles, and we'll continue out to Cleveland. I know those are both, the Dulles are, I think, 738. So again, I'm a little sorry about the inconsistencies, and fortunately, that's been quite a common theme through this update. So again, the good news is that it's been 4 months of duration, so it could have happened at some point. So again, I'm really sorry. This airport is quite big to set up, and it really can get a little confusing at times. So again, I promise I'm going to get better with that going forward, and trust me, next Phoenix update will be much better prepared. I just really wanted to get this to you guys because it's been way too long. Here we have the Air Canada Airbus A321-300. This is not the aircraft for the route, unfortunately, but this is what we have, so this is about as close as we can get. This guy's kind of making nonstop service in today from Montreal, and he'll continue out to Vancouver. I'd really like to get a 737 MAX 8 or A321. I haven't decided which one I want, really, if there's another release or something. That's kind of what I'm after at this time, but this will do for the moment. I hope to get another mainline aircraft to kind of solidify this position because this is not very accurate. Maybe we'll see more in the future, but a MAX I think would be a pretty good aircraft to add. Hawaiian Airlines Airbus A330-200. This guy's going to make a non-stop service in from Honolulu, and he'll be continuing back out there very soon. Very nice. And we have our Alaska duo, also some new faces. So the Boeing 737 MAX 9, we'll start up there on the top of that one. That aircraft, I don't think I've got to use it in an update, which is unbelievable. If I did get to use it in the December update, I'm sorry, but I think this may be one of the very first times I'm using it, if not the first time. So again, I'm sorry. It's been like that. It's been like that. I think everybody's been there at some point in the last 2 years. But nevertheless, this guy's trying to make a non-stop service today in from Seattle, Washington, and he'll continue back out there. Very pretty plane. Really glad to get to use it. Great model from the last company store. Hope to get that 175 as well, and perhaps even the Dash 8, despite them being retired soon, the Washington Huskies special. We also have the 737-900 in one world colors. This guy's currently coming in from Anchorage, and he'll continue out to Portland, which has been some really nice routes. Seattle, however, it's also been a 739. Just thought I'd mention it. Should have got another aircraft in here for it. Rest in peace, but it's been like that, like I said, so we'll proceed in T3 South. Alrighty, everybody, welcome to our last section of the update, T3 South. We have a lot of awesome things going on. Sorry about the light. I hope to get that replaced very soon because obviously, as you guys can tell, it's not very good. It's the ceiling fan, but I hope to get LEDs in there as soon as possible. So that is definitely on my list. Alrighty, right here we have the Frontier Airbus A320. This is Griswold the Bear. Let me see if I get a little better view. There we go, that's a little better. This guy's kind of making non-stop service in from Las Vegas, and he'll continue out to, let's go with Ontario for him today. That's a cool route. We'll get it since we're over here, actually. Delta Airlines, Boeing 757-200 without winglets. This guy's currently making non-stop service today. The Phoenix Suns are in the NBA playoffs, which is really cool. Unfortunately, they're having a little bit of a difficult time due to, I think one of their best players, Devin Booker, is unfortunately injured at this time, which really is unfortunate. Complementing that, I also think that the team they're playing, I think it's New Orleans Pelicans, I'm pretty sure, is giving them quite a fuss with their good defense. I think that's the team. I could be wrong, but again, let's say this guy's currently going out to New Orleans to kind of represent that. Just a bunch of these Delta Airlines 757 VIP charter aircraft at Phoenix, nevertheless, so it's been cool to see that. So best of luck to the Phoenix Suns. My favorite team, as you guys may be able to guess, is Oklahoma City, but they're not very good right now, so there's not too much to talk about with that. So, outside of that, I kind of follow some OU Sooners in the NBA, so that's kind of some of my other favorite teams. But this is an NBA, this is an airport update. So let's get back on track with the Spirit Airlines Airbus A320 Neo right here. This guy's currently making non-stop service today in from Dallas-Fort Worth, and he'll continue over to, I haven't seen Orange County at all, so we'll go with Las Vegas. I'm pretty sure we have Las Vegas. Again, I'm sorry if I'm wrong. I've been trying to get better with these things, but unfortunately, sometimes it be like that. I think that may just be my new go-to phrase. So, JetBlue Airbus A320 Striped Tails. What a pretty plane this is. Such a pretty plane. This guy's currently making non-stop service in from Fort Lauderdale. He'll continue out to Newark. We also have JFK in Boston, as we'll see in a little bit. Boston's on 220, which is really cool. Gemini, I'm so tired of waiting. Can you please just get a 220? I think everybody would be super appreciative of that. So hopefully we can get one soon. That would be really nice. Okay. Delta Connection Embraer ERJ-170, filling in for SkyWest Embraer ERJ-175. You guys are currently making non-stop service today out to Los Angeles today, which has been a really nice route on the turnaround, so looking good there. Delta Airlines Boeing 737-800 in the Sky Team livery. This guy's currently making non-stop service today back up to Seattle, Washington for us today. A220 is also flying it here too. I think maybe a 319 or 320 every now and then too, so nice variety on that route. It's a really cool route. Delta Airlines Airbus A321. This guy's currently making non-stop service today in from Salt Lake City, Utah, and he's going to be proceeding over to, I'm going to do a double Minneapolis because I did have a subscriber route request from MSP Aviation for MSP. I did see a couple others and just some of the various reasons why those aren't included, unfortunately. One was due to an airport update series that was not consistent, and the other was a 1 to 200 airport. So again, guys, just to clarify what a subscriber route is. A subscriber route is when one of my 1 to 400 models flies out to one of your guys' 1 to 400 airports. The airport update series is supposed to be fairly consistent, so in terms of a fairly regular schedule. So that's kind of the plan. I know my Phoenix has been really bad, so I kind of don't have room to talk in some regards. And we may restructure that as well, so again, bear with me. I know that's been not necessarily a struggle, but definitely a point of maybe a little bit of confusion over the years. And I hope to add a better video to that. I think that there's an August 2020 video on the Google form that kind of explains it, despite it being a little old. So hopefully I can redo that for you guys, especially going into a new era of my life. And we'll kind of talk about that more in depth. But nevertheless, I promise I'm trying my best. Hopefully all the other content makes up for it as well. And this amazing Phoenix update too. Speaking of which, I think this is the second time we've got this in here. I don't know if I put it in the last update. If I didn't, oh well. But absolutely beautiful Delta Airlines Boeing 757-300 right here, 2014 release. What a unit. The guys currently making the turnaround back out to Minneapolis, St. Paul. Several 757-300s are flying this, and rightfully so. It's been a really cool aircraft for the route, so very glad to get that in here. And then what would this be without some Delta Heavies? So we'll begin with the Boeing 767-300 right here. This guy's actually making a non-stop service today out to New York, John F. Kennedy. It is actually currently a 767-300, which is so awesome. So this is accurate. It is, no doubt. Excited to see maybe, I think Phoenix really needs Boston for Delta. I'm kind of surprised that, oh crap, I think it's here. It's Phoenix or Las Vegas. I'm getting them confused. I'm pretty sure we have Boston. If we don't, I'm sorry, it's been one of those days. Comment that if you made it to this point in the video. I'd appreciate it. I promise, guys, it's going to improve. Summer is literally like 12 days away. So, nevertheless, yeah, I think Boston, if we don't have it, would be great. If we do, I'm not going to be surprised. So, but glad to see JFK accurate. So, very nice. Lastly, we have the Delta Airlines Airbus A321 What a unique plane. This guy's going to make a non-stop service in from Atlanta to Hartsfield Jackson or Citrus Aviation's airport. Is going to be heading back out there. Glad to get this in here. It's a really cool plane. So ultimately, very, very cool. We'll spin around for our final few aircraft at the airport update. Again, sorry about the lighting. Kind of got screwed with the weather too and flight training. And unfortunately, and we're about to talk about this as well, is this may become something that's unfortunately a little bit more common. I'm just going to have to adapt to my situations, but we're going to try to get better LED lights. I want to get some better lighting anyways for the college dorm room. We're going to talk about that here in a moment. So let's just finish these aircraft and we'll talk about it. So right here we have this Legion Air Airbus A320. This guy's currently making nonstop service in from Porvo, and he's going to continue out today over to Pittsburgh. I think there was a new route they announced. I'm sorry I don't have it off the top of my head. My bad, but I'll be sure to have that next time. JetBlue Airways Airbus A320. This guy's coming making nonstop service today. Pardon me. And from New York John F. Kennedy, we'll be continuing over to Boston. Again, this is currently a 220, excuse me. But again, this is what we have, so we got to make do with it. And what would this be without our two biggest carriers at the airport to finish off the update? So Southwest Airlines 737-800 in Heart Livery with the split scimitars. This guy's currently coming in from Oklahoma City, and he's going to have continuing service today over to, I don't think Southwest has Memphis, so let's just go with no, sorry. Let's just go with Houston Hobby, something that I know for sure. I was just trying to throw some variety in there. Lastly, American Airlines Airbus A319. This guy's currently making nonstop service today in from Portland, Oregon. He's going to have a continuing service today out to Bozeman, Montana. Alrighty, guys, so that will do for today's Phoenix Sky Harbor International Airport update. I really hope you guys enjoyed it. Definitely a little bit of talking to do about the airport in general, and then just a couple of other brief things. So first off, for the airport itself, airport's doing really good. Lots of capacity and a lot of people traveling through, which is awesome. A couple of route things. So I didn't even know this, but Montreal actually for Air Canada is starting May 3rd. So I was a little early to the show, getting Orange County a little bit confused there, so my bad. Apologies on that. Following that, we'll also have Frontier starting Chicago Midway. That actually starts in a couple days, actually tomorrow as of filming this. So it's already started. So it's in that A320 out to Midway. So really cool to get Midway in here as well. I believe American Eagle is also ending their Eagle service to, it's like EUERKA. I'm not sure the best way to pronounce that. So again, one of my struggles, but it is what it is. So my bad. But that route, unfortunately, is ending in August, I believe, and as well as Condor resuming service over to Frankfurt is supposed to be May 21st. We'll see if that goes through, but I just got to wait and see. So, yeah, Phoenix, despite that, though, really cool. Really excited for the new Southwest terminal. Hopefully, that will be here soon, so I'd be really glad to put that in because I didn't even tell. I even have a couple over there on the shelf at this time, so I'd like to get those all in and maybe some new routes, too, because, man, it's crazy to think that I can use all these Southwest planes, and despite all of that, I still find a way to not have enough routes, which that's really my fault. I mean, those are the routes that Southwest has, so I guess I can put multiple aircraft in and kind of flip-flop the turns, inbound and outbound, so you may be seeing that going forward as well. So I don't like to repeat the same routes, but if it's the real-life thing, so this is kind of what it's supposed to look like with American here. That's kind of, it's a little inflated, so I may pull some by the Southwest fleet. If I get an opportunity to use it, man, it's coming out. The American fleet, you know, I got so many chromes, it's a little different, but yeah, that's kind of the situation at hand with Phoenix. So let's talk about the model airport because I know it's been up in the air a little bit on what's going on, and I kind of want to give you guys some information from my side on what the thought process has been on why we haven't seen an update in so long. So I think it goes without saying at this point that Mono threw off several things, and airport updates were one of them. Unfortunately, Phoenix really bit the bullet in terms of the consistent schedule storyline too. Phoenix, it's a large airport. I think that goes without saying too. It is a really big airport to display, somehow 1-to-1, which is really cool. But unfortunately, it's just such a hard airport to adequately display. It really takes time, and I'm not saying that in a bad connotation. I'm alluding to that unfortunately during this busy spring period of my life, I've not been able to get additional updates produced. I would have sacrificed some uploads, and I really wish I would have been able to do at least one additional one, or obviously I wish I would have been able to do every month, but it kind of turned into a struggle there. So going into the summer, I really hope to get a more consistent. During the school year, going into next year, this airport's probably going to be quarterly. I think that's a good goal. So that's not completely confirmed, but that's kind of my mindset with how big it is and just overall the connotation of the airport. I really hope to do more airport updates of it, of course, and I will be, of course. Just the frequency is kind of a question mark right now. And I think for the benefit of additional uploads and better times, not bad time spent, but in terms of realistically speaking, what makes the most sense for everybody, I think that it makes the best sense for this to be probably a quarterly update. So Q1, Q2, Q3, Q4. So I hope to make it a little bit more than that, especially during the summer. I'm going to try to do at least 2 during the summer, hopefully 3 or 4 as usual. But again, I'll keep you guys in the loop on that. I'm sorry that it's been quite inconsistent, and I've been doing my best. There's just been, you guys have seen the amount of videos I've produced. It has been a lot, along with flight training and every other asset of my senior year going into college already. So we're going to talk about that more in depth in the channel update. I just thought I'd give you guys the brief itinerary. I hope to have another update by, I would like to do one next month, so hopefully I can, but for sure June, July. So expect that as well. So despite that, the airport's not going anywhere. We're going to be doing updates. It may not be as frequent, but that's unfortunately just due to the logistics. Dallas is a little bit easier to set up, so that's kind of the logic there, and you guys know how much I love the airport. Don't get me wrong, I absolutely love Phoenix, and I really enjoy producing it, but if this platform was permanently set up like this, it would be clockwork. It would be so much more doable. But keep in mind, guys, all the GSC, gates, aircraft, those all have to go back on the shelf. Terminals have to get put up, boards have to get put on the wall, fold-up tables have to go up, video has to be produced. So I think you guys kind of hopefully understand what goes into this. So don't get me wrong, it's completely worth it, and this is why we're here right now. I absolutely love it, but unfortunately, due to all the issues, it kind of, the frequency does get adjusted a little bit. But yeah, nevertheless, I really hope you guys enjoyed this update. Really excited for what's to come with Phoenix. I promise I'll do some better research. It's been quite the busy stretch, as you guys know. So expect that to come. And again, lots of awesome things in the works. So I really hope you guys are excited for it. It's going to be absolutely awesome. And man, just what a W, man. So excited. So with all that being said, that will do for today's Phoenix Sky Harbor International Airport update. I really hope you guys enjoyed it. So excited for what's to come. And I really hope you guys are as well. So with all that being said, that will do for today's update, everybody. I really hope you guys enjoyed it. Thank you guys so much for watching. My name is Redriveraviation. Thank you guys so much for watching. Take it easy, everybody. Stay safe. Trust the process. Do what you love and love what you do. My name is Redriveraviation. Excuse me, that always happens, it seems. Yikes, goodness, sorry. I want to thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys soon as Redriveraviation is signing off.